Support the making of a movie about Prophet Muhammad and Aisha.
So, I'm waking up to comments. Wow, I'm under spiritual attack right now, but then again, I always am. But yeah, I'm under spiritual attack 24/7, day and night, every day, every night, by several people, several parties simultaneously at the same time still. And this is year 6 going of all of this. And, some of these are supposedly godly people from churches, even with church background, and they're indulging in all this witchcraft and sorcery and black magic and spiritually attacking me. And it's like, what God are they worshiping? Or what, it's like, which God is it that's telling them that, oh, it's okay to indulge in witchcraft and sorcery and black magic and spiritually attack people? I don't understand. It's Satan, not God, who's telling these supposedly godly people with church background to spiritually attack me. Those churchy people for whom church is just a front, but they actually worship Satan, the devil, in the background. Right, let me read the comments. So, one of the comments say, God loves all. So then, why has man or mankind created all these different religions in the name of God and the prophets? Why create all this division among mankind by creating all these different religions and creating all these different belief systems, meaning religions, and by creating all this division, by creating all these religious differences between human beings? If God loves all, then why is all this happening? Why is all this division and hatred among different religions created in the name of God is happening? Why? Why is man or mankind or humanity or human beings, why is man creating? Not just creating, why has man created already and still creating all this division and hatred among the followers of all these different religions? Why has man created all these different religions in the name of God? First of all, and in the name of the prophets. And then why is man created and still continuing to create all this division and hatred in the name of religion, in the name of God, in the name of the prophets? Because these religions have been created by man in the name of God and in the name of the prophets. So why is that happening then if God loves all? I guess God loves all, but man doesn't. And this is why all this division and hatred is happening and is there in the name of religion, in the name of God, because these religions have been created by man in the name of God and in the name of the prophets. God did not create these religions. The prophets did not create these religions. These religions have been created in the name of God and in the name of the prophets by man, by humans. So what is it then? God loves all, but humans don't? Right? Because this is why all this division and hatred is there between different religions. So I don't understand. You say, oh, God loves all, but then you divide and you hate people or followers of other religions, or a religion that's different than yours. So if God loves all, then why are you dividing and hating in the name of God, in the name of the prophets, in the name of religion? Religions created by man in the name of God and in the name of prophets, but created by man. These religions have been created by man, not God, not the prophets. You see the discrepancy? So yeah, you can come in and show me your religious programming. Oh, God loves all. But then at the same time, you're dividing and hating and I don't know, some are even killing over religion. How does that make sense? Or you thinking that one religion is superior than the other, or one prophet is superior than the other, or others. Where is all this coming from? Where is all this coming from? Where is all this division coming from? If God loves all, then it's obviously not coming from God, right? Then where is it coming from? It's coming from humans. And then in another comment, this person said, seek Jesus Christ now. And I understand that, that's what Christians do and that's what Christians say. But I'm not singling out any prophet here. I'm not sitting here and saying, seek Muhammad now. No. That's the difference between you people and people like you and me. Because I understand that we are all one. I'm not sitting here and making one prophet out to be better than the other prophet. That's what you people do. People who have been religiously programmed and who are religiously programmed. And that's your religious programming talking. It's like you do it like a robot. That's why I use this expression of being a religiously programmed robot. You just say all these things, utter all these words out of your mouths. Oh, God loves all. Oh, seek Jesus Christ now. Because that's what you've been programmed with. That's your religious programming, talking, and you say it without even thinking. Oh, and by the way, this is for all the Christians who are like, seek Jesus Christ now. I have no problem with Jesus. Jesus was and is part of the 144,000 mentioned in the Bible, like I am. I am part of the 144,000 too, just like Jesus. So, like you're telling me to seek Jesus Christ? When you have no idea who I am, when you have no idea that I am the same as Jesus? And whether you want to believe that or not, that's not my problem. Because that is my truth. And I know my truth, whether other people know it or want to believe it or not. That's not my problem. That's your problem. And this is why you people need to see in the mirror. You people need to see your own reflection in the mirror. You people need to see your own mindset and your own behavior. Because you people have created division even among the prophets. Like, oh, for the Christians, it's like, oh, there's no better prophet or no superior prophet than Jesus Christ. Or that, their mindset is like Jesus Christ is superior, somehow superior than other prophets. Why? Because he did all those miracles? Other prophets did miracles too. He wasn't the only prophet given miracles or who did miracles. And then it's the same with the Muslims. Muslims are like, oh, Prophet Muhammad only. And I guess it's the same with Hindus in the sense that, they have their gods and goddesses, but mainly, gods, because somehow we are still suffering from patriarchy and the patriarchal rule that's been there for thousands of years now. And with Hindus, I could name Krishna, but I know that, they have other gods too. And it's like even among the Hindus, it seems like there's like this division there too. Even, people or Hindus creating division among their gods as well. So who's creating all this division? Who has created all this division and hatred when it comes to religion and when it comes to God and when it comes to the prophets? It's you people. God is not to blame. Because God did not create all this division. The prophets are not to blame. Even the Hindu gods and goddesses are not to blame because they did not create all this division and hatred. You people did. People have created all this division and hatred because people have created all these different religions in the name of God and in the name of the prophets. And for Hindus, I guess it's all of the different gods that they worship, if that's the right word to say, or whatever they do with their gods. But even with Hindus, I read that even Hindus do believe in like a central deity or like in a central god. And you know, that god for Hindus is Brahma. Like, you know, like the Jews, Christians, and Muslims have this one God thing, that Hindus believe in that one God as well, but that one God for Hindus is Brahma. That's what, you know, I read some information I came across on Google. So, which tells us what? That even Hindus believe in one God. But look at what's happening. Look at what people are doing and getting up to in the name of religion that they have created. God didn't, the prophets didn't, the Hindu gods didn't. God did not, as in, you know, that God that is at the source of everything. And yeah, you know, in mainstream religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, that God has been called that one God. So God, that one God, did not create all these religions. The prophets did not create all these religions. The Hindu gods did not create the religion of Hinduism. People did this. People do this. Not God, not the prophets, and not the Hindu gods either. And then they create all this division, all this hatred, all the killing even, and all this mess in the name of God and in the name of the prophets, and I'll include in the name of the Hindu gods too. People have been doing this, not God, not the prophets, not even the Hindu gods. People have been doing this, and people are still doing this. People are still at it. But they want to use the name of God. But they want to use the name of the prophets and the Hindu gods. They want to drag us into it. They want to drag God into their own folly. They want to drag the prophets into their own folly, their own foolishness that they've created and are still creating. But they want to excuse their own mindset and their own behavior and their own foolishness by adding what? God's name to it? By adding the prophets' names to it? Or saying that, oh, we're doing this because, I don't know, because God told us to. Or we're doing this because, I don't know, the prophets told us to. We're doing this because, I don't know, the Hindu gods told us to. No, they did not. God did not. The prophets did not. The Hindu gods did not. You're doing it because you're doing it. So, if God loves all, then why are you people creating all this division and hatred. And some are even going to the extreme of killing and murdering in the name of God. When it comes to the Muslim world and the religion of Islam and Muslims, they're still killing in the name of Prophet Muhammad. They're still killing in the name of Allah, which is God. For Muslims, it's Allah, which is the same as God. So, there are some Muslims who are still killing and murdering even in the name of God or Allah and in the name of Prophet Muhammad. Why? Because that has not come from God, that has not come from Allah, and that has not come from Prophet Muhammad either. But Muslims have been religiously programmed to think that it has. And also it's been fabricated in, in some hadiths maybe, and also in the Muslim holy book Quran. But no Muslim dares question, where is it actually coming from? Is it even coming from God or Allah? Is it even coming from Prophet Muhammad or not? Because they've been religiously programmed to think that asking questions is a sin too. That questioning anything to do with religion is a sin. It's been made into a sin. Why? You should even ask why with that too. Muslims should ask why with that too, because why? Because they don't want you to know the truth. That's why. And all this religious programming is coming from the devil, not from God, not from the prophets. And that's why they've created all this blasphemy, BS. God has not created that. God has not created, okay, let's take the Muslim world again, for example, as an example. Who came up with the Sharia law? Islamic law or Sharia law? Who came up with this blasphemy law? And even what? Killing people over blasphemy. God has not created that. That has not come from God. And this is not the first time I'm saying this either. Sharia law or Islamic law has not come from God, neither from Prophet Muhammad. And all this blasphemy BS has not come from God or Allah, and has not come from Prophet Muhammad either, and has not come from other prophets either, because I know that this blasphemy thing is there in Christianity and Judaism too, or it's certainly there at least in Christianity. And that's where Muslims picked it up from too. And they don't even realize it. They think it's their creation or something. And now I'm actually being reminded of another message that I just was getting a few days ago, or maybe even just a couple of days ago, is that all this Sharia law or Islamic law and Sharia codes business that men have created in the name of God, in the name of Allah, and in the name of Prophet Muhammad, it all needs to go. It all needs to be eliminated. And I guess I am being asked to do that by God, by Allah, by Prophet Muhammad, by the Arcturians, because Prophet Muhammad and I are Arcturians too. Because all this Sharia law or Islamic law and blasphemy law, this has not come from God. This has not come from Allah. This has not come from Prophet Muhammad. These men who have created all this Sharia law or Islamic law and blasphemy law in the name of Allah and in the name of Prophet Muhammad, they did not have any authority to do this. God or Allah did not give them any authority. Prophet Muhammad did not give them any authority to create this Sharia law or Islamic law and blasphemy law under that. They had no authority from God, from Allah, from Prophet Muhammad to do this. So then why did they do this? Why has this been done in the name of God, Allah and Prophet Muhammad? When Allah and Prophet Muhammad did not give them any authority to do this, did not give them any clearance to do this. So then why does it even exist? And why are Muslims killing people over it, especially over blasphemy law? And of course, they're not even leaving me alone when it comes to blasphemy and Sharia court and Islamic law. And they are so out of it that, as I said, they're not realizing who they're doing this to when they're doing it to me. Because if you're doing this to me, you're doing it to your own prophet, Prophet Muhammad. And you're doing it to Hazrat Aisha, Prophet Muhammad's wife Aisha. That's who you're doing it to when you're doing it to me. But you are so out of it that you cannot even realize who's sitting in front of you and who you're doing it to. When it comes to me, you'll drag your own prophet, Prophet Muhammad and Hazrat Aisha through Sharia court. And you're going to kill me, your own prophet and Hazrat Aisha, because of the blasphemy law that you have created. It's got nothing to do with God. It's got nothing to do with Allah. It has not come from God. It has not come from Allah. It has not come from Prophet Muhammad. Who gave you the authority to kill people over blasphemy? Who gave you the authority to even create that law in the first place? You minuscule men. You are nothing. You think you're God? You think you're Prophet Muhammad? Who gave you the authority to create all this BS called Sharia law, Islamic law, blasphemy law, and killing people over it? And killing people over blasphemy even. Who gave you the authority? Because Allah certainly has not. Prophet Muhammad certainly hasn't. So what? You're doing it on your own? Thinking you'll get away with it? Thinking there will be no consequences for you for doing this? It's Judgment Day. And your consequences are here. Through me. Through Prophet Muhammad. Through Hazrat Aisha for you Muslims. And that's me. Because Prophet Muhammad's soul, his spirit, his ruh for Muslims, has walked into this body right now to deal with you all. And Aisha's soul or spirit or ruh is in this body as well. I am the avatar for both of these souls right now. I am hosting both of these souls. Like, of course, my main soul, spirit, Ruh, is of Hazrat Aisha. But Prophet Muhammad's soul or spirit or Ruh has walked into this body at this time too. So I am embodying Prophet Muhammad's soul, spirit, or Ruh as well at this time. So when you're dealing with me, you're not just dealing with Hazrat Aisha, you're also dealing with Prophet Muhammad, your own prophet. And if you don't understand that, then try. Try and learn from me. Try and understand. Try and gain some understanding. For God's sake, it's time. When are you going to learn? When are you going to be open and willing to learn what you don't know and what you don't understand? And what I'm sitting here teaching. So you could learn, so you could understand. And I'm having to go through all this adversity and spiritual attacks day and night because of it. For what? To save your asses? To save your souls? Who seems like don't even care about saving their own souls, who are not even interested in saving their own souls. Why? Because it's coming from a woman? Surprise, because I am sent as the first female prophet for the Muslim world, for the Muslims, and for the religion of Islam. Whether you were expecting it or not, whether you would believe it or not, because you've been religiously programmed to believe that Prophet Muhammad was the last prophet and there's no one coming after him. And that's another lie. It's just lies on top of lies that have been told to Muslims by the devil and his false prophets, and just by men, ignorant men who don't know any better, who don't know God, who have no direct connection with God, neither with Prophet Muhammad. And then these are the kind of men who have created all this BS, all this Sharia law, Islamic law, blasphemy law. We have the authority to even kill people over blasphemy. Who gave you that authority? Allah did not. Prophet Muhammad did not give you that authority. They did not even give you the authority to create Sharia law or Islamic law and blasphemy law. So why did you do it? Why have you done it? And you think there will be no consequences for you for doing this? Think again. Because your consequences for doing that are here too. Through me. And through Prophet Muhammad. Another point. Jews, Christians, Muslims believe that there's only one God, right? And as I said, I even read about the Hindus on Google recently, where someone was mentioning that when it comes to the Hindus, even Hindus believe in that one God, and that one God is Brahma for Hindus. So seems like, I mean, if I'm not wrong about that, I don't know how it works for Hindus when it comes to that. That's the information I came across when I looked it up on Google. So if that's the case, Jews, Christians, Muslims, and even Hindus believe that there is that one God. And I'm going to add at the source of it all. So if there is only one God, and God loves all people, then why do we have all these different religions in the name of that one God? Why? If there's only one God, then why are there all these different religions? Why? And if there's only one God, and God loves all people, then why have people, humanity, divided themselves into all these different religions and are hating each other over their different religions that they have created, that God has got nothing to do with, that the prophets, have got nothing to do with, because the prophets were only teaching and bringing in guidance and messages from God. They were not creating and inventing religions. Just like I'm not. I'm here, and I am not here to create a new religion. I'm just teaching and guiding and bringing in guidance and messages from God, from the archangels, from the galactics, from the Arcturians, from the universe, basically. Which is the same as God, because it's all that one God energy. It's all a part of that one God energy, the universe, the multiverse, all of it. Even the devil, the dark side, all of it is part of that one energy that we know as God. That's what is at the source of it all. That one energy is at the core of it all. So then, why do we have all these different religions? And why are we dividing and hating and even killing each other over religion and over all these different religions? And who's created all this mess? Not God, not the prophets. It's humans who've created all this mess. It's people who've created all this mess. But in the name of God, in the name of Allah, in the name of the prophets, it's humans who've created all these different religions in the name of God, Allah, prophets. Not God, not Allah, not the prophets. It's people who have created all this mess and all these religions, and have created all this division and hatred and one-upping each other, like, oh, my God is better than yours. Oh, my prophet is better than yours. Oh no, you can only be saved through Jesus Christ, only for Christians. And then for Muslims, oh no, Prophet Muhammad only. And I'm sure it's the same with other religions too. It's the same kind of thing playing out with all of you. Oh, but hang on. But there's only one God. So then how come there are all these different religions if there's only one God? And why are we hating each other? And why are we creating all these divisions among each other? If there's only one God, then don't we have the same God? Like, doesn't it make sense? If there's only one God, then doesn't it make sense that we all have the same God. Then why are we creating all this division? Why have we created all this division? And why are we still creating all this division and hatred among each other? Among humanity? When we all have the same God. And who's doing all this? Is God or Allah coming down and doing all this? Are the prophets doing all this? Or is it you people doing all this? It's you people doing all this, not God, not the prophets. Look at yourselves and what you're doing. It's time. And stop dragging God and Allah and the prophets into it, into your mess that you have created and are still at it. Even after thousands of years have passed and you're still at it. Still doing the same thing, still repeating the same thing, still creating the same mess and dragging God and Allah and the prophets into it. And dragging God's name and the prophets' names into it and doing it in God's name and doing it in the prophets' names when God, Allah and the prophets have got nothing to do with it. It's your mess that you have created. Not God, not Allah, not the prophets. When are you going to see that? When are you going to realize that? That it's you. It's not God, it's not Allah, it's not the prophets. It's not Prophet Muhammad even for the Muslims and the Muslim world. It's you, the people. The problem is with you. The problem is with the people. You have created all this mess in the name of God, Allah, and the prophets. You. Not God, not Allah, not the prophets, but you, the people. It's time to look at yourselves and your own mindset and your own behavior and your own ignorance. And start taking accountability for it. And start taking self-accountability. And start doing some self-reflection. Look into yourselves. Look at yourselves. And your mindset and your behavior. And what you are doing for thousands of years now. And you keep repeating the same mindset, the same behavior, the same things. And you're still repeating it even after thousands of years have passed because you're not learning, because you don't want to learn any better. You don't even want to learn the truth because you think, oh, whatever has been given to you, that is the truth. Not all of it. Because you've been given a lot of lies too. You've been lied to as well. You don't want to look at that? You just want to believe the lies? And keep carrying them on generation after generation? And keep passing down those lies to your next generations, generation after generation? And just keep repeating the lies? And just keep living in a lie. Keep living a lie. And not just for yourselves, but also for your coming generations, because you keep passing down those lies to your next generations. It'll be just the same lies. Perpetuating for the next, I don't know how many thousands of years to come too. We cannot allow that anymore. And we will certainly not allow that in our names. You will not do this in God's name or Allah's name, and you will not do this in the Prophet's names either. Not anymore. We cannot allow this to carry on. Not in our names. Not in God's name, not in Allah's name, not in the Prophet's names, not in our names. And even God is telling me right now, not in my name. Because even God is angry right now. That's why I'm angry. This anger is not just mine. Because God is coming through me right now, and God is telling me that I'm channeling God's energy right now, and God is angry. At all of this. And that's why God is saying, not in my name. And also Prophet Muhammad is also saying, not in my name. We cannot allow all this ignorance and division and hatred and even killing and murdering over religion, over God, over Prophet Muhammad, and also the division and hatred that's been created in all these different religions in the name of God and in the name of the prophets. Enough. Enough is enough now. God is angry and telling you, not in my name. That's the message coming through God right now, through me. God is talking to you through me right now. I'm channeling God here right now. And also Prophet Muhammad specifically saying, not in my name. So God is saying, not in my name. Prophet Muhammad is saying, not in my name. Stop doing these things in God's name. Stop doing these things in Prophet's names. Stop doing these things in Prophet Muhammad's name. Just stop. Because these things have not come from God, not come from Allah. These things have not come from the prophets. These things have not come from Prophet Muhammad either. Stop. Just stop. God is saying just stop. The prophets are saying just stop. Prophet Muhammad is saying just stop. And I say the prophets because other prophets come through me too. Moses is around. Yeah, I'm getting the name Moses right now. Jesus, Elijah, Prophet Elijah, who is what? Prophet Elias for Muslims? Yeah. Jeremiah, Prophet Jeremiah. Yeah, that's the thing. They all channel through me. So all these energies are coming through me. I'm channeling all these energies.